Good afternoon, Professor. Everyone. My name is Amra. Today is my great honor to share my experience about my degree. So before I start, I would like to introduce myself a little bit. My name is Amra. I'm from Cambodia, and I have been living in Japan for 3 years now. And my life has changed when I started to
作ってくださいっていうことだ。あ、わかった。
So my life had changed when I started to be a research student. Then I accepted to enter a master course in 2019 until 2021. And currently, I'm a first grade of doctor course under the supervision of Professor Dr. Nishiyama. And this is the content of my presentation that I will focus today. I will focus on course activity, research in my master course, and the progress of doctor course. So now let's start with course activity. During the master course, students are required to attending the course, and this is kind of like we need to choose the course that in order to complete this credit. And the second one is joining the seminar, and it's kind of a group discussion with the professor and as well as the lab member in order to follow up your works in every week. And this is, I think, it's a good opportunity for every student learn from each other and as well as from professor as well. And the next one is extracurricular activity. This is the time for you to kind of involve in the university activity, like orientation, fieldwork. So this is good for Japanese as well as international students that can communicate and exchange about culture and also the languages. And the last one is fieldwork, and this is for your as I am in social science, so mostly my work is for field survey in order to collect the data collection. And this is the class activity in different course during my master course. So as you can see, there are many activity, and this is like actually this is before pandemic, and like we have a lot of activity for students to join in together. And like the first picture is about compulsory subject that this is a new program. And when I came to Japan, this is my like I'm the first generation to join this like combine all the faculty together for the compulsory subject that all the master students are required to take it and study together. And the class is held both in Mine and Johto campus. And the second picture is about the class of global leadership, global management, and this is about kind of for study about global issue, policy, global environment for students to work in the group to interact each other. And then the third picture is about data science, that during data science, the professor require students to study in the PC room to practice on data analysis and how to get the data from reliable source. And I think it's very useful for the research. And the last one is about life science. Is this kind of study just only for 2 days and one night that we study in have a study in the hotel that aim for students to understand about the human life and work as a team and interact with each other. So this just only a small part of course activity. And the next one is about my extracurricular activity that that I involved in the university during my master course, that we have both a field visit, cultural performance. It's also interesting, even outside of education, I also joined for kind of homestay with Japanese people, especially elderly people, to interact with them and to understand about their situation and condition of their living. and also went for a compost factory and so on. And now let's move to my research. In my research, I study on the contract farming, on the organic rice. They focus on a smallholder farmer. And in this, in my research, the main objective is to identify the advantages and disadvantages of smallholder farmer who involved in the contract farming. And the contract farming, this is the flow of contract farming that contract farming gives a lot of opportunity for smallholder farmer to kind of like get a benefit, both technical and also stable financial. And this is the process of my data collection that in Cambodia. During that period of time, I also can communicate with the authority of the agricultural cooperative, and as well as interview with the farmer. So this picture show about how of the contract farming work and how of the contract farming of the farmer that they active in rice production, organic rice production. And this is the result of my research. In my research, as I mentioned about study about the significant and challenges. So I think the contract farming, even though they have a significant, but also farmer face a lot of problem during the implementation as well. So the significant for the research is farmer can access to reliable market and fixed pricing system. This is one of the most important because farmer do not to worry about how much they can get because the price will be stable and higher than the normal market. The second is reduce production input. Like they have a sufficient input and supported technical support both from the company as well as from NGO and the supporting from government as well. And the third is provision of input and technical services. The company, as well as the NGO, they also have to provide the seed, fertilizer, technical training, and extension services. And especially like they have very careful for controlling on fertilizer that make sure that they use the organic fertilizer. And the last one is provision of credit. They can easily access to credit with a low interest. Besides the significant, they also faced with the challenges that the farmer during the implementation, some of them leave the agricultural cooperative as well as the contract farming in the middle of implementation because of sometimes they cannot meet the requirement of the program, and sometimes like they don't have a power to know like no negotiation in pricing and purchasing system, like it's set by the NGO as well as the company, and also like increase the risk. Sometimes they also face a problem with natural disaster, and the third is about indebtedness, and the last one is loss of autonomy. And the next one is about right now about my progress of the doctor course. I think between the taking class as well as the attending the seminar, between the master course and the PhD, it's not so different from each other. Like everyone needs to do it, but the most important part is about attending the workshop and conference, especially both the national and international, in order to broaden your understanding and as well as to present your presentation to not only for your university, but outside of your university as well. And also, right now I'm accepted to be a member of the VICE program. This is kind of super smart society that kind of like the objective of the program is for students to strengthen their knowledge as well as to improve your capability in a diverse background because it's involved both in bioscience, social science, and as well as engineering to work together in order to create for a new industry and focus more on the business, and also especially providing your leadership skill that can be ready for after graduating. And The last part is my future plan. I'm planning to work as a researcher in the academy, both whether in as a professor or as well as for research in a research center. And that's all about my presentation. Thanks for your attention.